Well, I'm not really sure if it came down to, in the end, people just didn't really care, or if it was a fallout of the pandemic, but people sure don't seem to be excited about the Punchline character in Batman anymore. So it's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, since Batman 92, the first full appearance of Punchline, came out. And I remember the day it dropped, I made sure to get to the comic store as soon as it opened because I figured it was going to be pretty much an instant sellout. And it wasn't really, for me, it was not about the speculative buying and getting a copy. It's that I actually was enjoying the Batman series at that time, and so I didn't want to have to get on eBay or pay $20 for an issue that just came out or have to wait 2 or 3 months for a second or third printing. But not only did I have no trouble getting a copy of Batman 92 the day it came out, but also I noticed a week later when the next wave of comics came in that the store I bought mine from still had some copies left over. And then just a few days ago, I went to my #2 favorite comic shop in the area, which I have not been to since the pandemic started. So I just felt, they were open again. I felt, hey, let's go check them out and see what they're doing. And the reason, well, not the reason, but one of the reasons this store is my #2 instead of my #1 favorite is that they're pretty lean on what they put in the shelves. Meaning they try really hard to do like a sell-through on the first day. And as a result, often if I don't get there on New Comic Book Day, they'll be sold out of a lot of stuff, and not like hot stuff, just like, a generic issue of like whatever Daredevil issue came out this month. And they only really stock heavily books like, like Batman or maybe the newest Avengers book. But even then, I just got, you can't trust that they're going to have it on the shelves. They're pretty much almost a subscription-only store at this point. I mostly like them because they have really good deals and some cool back issues. And the owner's very cool, but not the best place to go get new comics. So I'm up there a few days ago and looking around, and I noticed that a week and a half after it came out, they still have several copies of Batman 92. And again, this is a store that orders conservatively. Now, they didn't have tons left, but they had a couple of B covers, maybe 3 or 4 of the A covers sitting on the shelf still. And I'm telling you, this is not what a hot book looks like. And I can't say that the reason it's not flying off the shelves is entirely related to the pandemic because, eBay speculators, they'll still go to the stores. They'll still buy up everything they can get and flip things on eBay to make money. After all, they can still sell things well enough on eBay because that's not really affected much by the pandemic. So the fact that it's still sitting there means the speculative market doesn't care. And for the readers, the people who aren't speculators but just really enjoy a good Batman story, well, it hasn't done anything to bring in new readers, at least not enough to justify the orders that were placed for this book. As of making this video, Batman 89 and Hell Arisen #3, the first 2 cameo appearances of Punchline, those are still going for a pretty good amount on eBay. So I don't know if I can say that they've cooled off. But if Batman 92 is not a hot seller, what that tells me is that basically the speculators are just the only ones driving this at this point. The speculators are still gambling that the very first cameo appearances, especially because, they were unanticipated and thus not ordered to demand for a new character at least, are going to be hot, but they don't want to just go all in with the character and just buy like all these early appearances and even this official full story with her. The speculators really can't drive value. They can to a point. And obviously with this Batman 89, that's largely what has happened is the speculators have driven the value of this book up. But I'm talking about the long term. Speculators are in it for the short term. They're in it for a quick buck. They're like, hey, there's a $4 comic I can buy off the shelves. I can sell on eBay for $50. Let's do that. Let's make some money. The people who really make a book hot are the people who want to just own it. Own it because it's cool. Own it because they want it for whatever reason the book is key, whether it's a rare variant cover they just think looks really awesome, or a first appearance of a character, first issue in a really critical storyline, or whatever it is that makes the book key. The people who want that book because they want it, they're the ones that determine. So if at the end, the reading market's not really all that excited about Punchline as a character, then all this will come down to is just a bunch of overblown hype. Anyway, that's it for now. Appreciate you watching the video. Like, subscribe, and be sure and insult me down in the comments below. All right, take care.